Good morning. Welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen. It's so great to be back with you today and to share a recipe with you that a dear friend from high school gave me. Although this friend and I don't see each other very often, through Facebook we were able to connect, and she had posted a picture of some holiday cookies that she had made, and she shared the recipe with me, and this is her mother's recipe. Now, Joyce is my friend that I graduated with. And sometimes things just aren't fair. And I'll tell you, Joyce is still as beautiful and looks just like she did in high school. That's not hardly fair 50 years later. But although I'm joking when I say that it's not fair, she's just as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside. But this recipe that she shared with us is her mother, Miss Christine Bearden's holiday drop cookie recipe. And I can't wait to share it with you. Now, the only thing about this recipe, and I sent her a message and said, do you have to do this? And she said, yes, you do. After we mix it up, it needs to sit in the refrigerator at least 24 hours. I was ready to make it and eat it in an hour or so. But she said, no, if you don't let it sit at least 24 hours, the cookies will tend to be flat. So we're going to go by her recipe. And I'm going to tell you that the first thing she said is you're going to take 2 cups or 1 16-ounce container of the cherries cut in half. Now, I have cut mine in half. So it looks like an awful lot on here, but it's 1 container. And then you take 1 container of the chopped dates. Now, I had a hard time finding chopped ones to start with, but I finally found them, and it makes it so much easier. So 1 container of the chopped dates, 1 container of the cherries, and you cut them in half. And then 1.5 cups of the chopped pecans. And I'm going to tell you that I use Whaley's pecans. Love them because this bag is already chopped. So that took 1 step away. You can, if you want to order those, you just go to Whaley Pecan, and it's in Troy, Alabama. All right. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is mix 1 cup of Crisco. And I've got this measured out to try to save time. Y'all, I do not have a cold. My nose is dripping and my eyes are watering. But that is one of the side effects of my chemo. And I'll take that one. I'm sure you know by now that my MRI showed that there was no cancer, that the chemo had done its due. So now my surgery is January 17th. And I praise God every time I think about His goodness. Okay, to this cup of Crisco, you're going to add 1 box of the dark brown sugar. Okay. And I'm going to blend that just a little bit and add 2 eggs to it. I started to get my KitchenAid mixer out, but I didn't because I think I can do this with my hand mixer and it'll make it easier for you to see. But I have already gotten 2 eggs ready. Let me mix that. Okay. Now we're going to put 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Get that out of the way. And then I have measured 3.5 cups of flour. I used the all-purpose white lily flour, and I sifted it because her recipe said to sift. And a fourth a teaspoon of baking. I almost put the wrong thing. Baking soda. Y'all, I do want to tell you something. I've always heard that you have chemo brain, while you're taking chemo and for a while afterwards. That's a fourth of a teaspoon of baking soda. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my eyes to stop watering. And y'all, it's true. I feel like I'm in a fog, and I know what I want to say, but it takes me a minute to do it. But that's a minor thing. Okay. Now I've added 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and I'm going to slowly add this flour and baking soda and mix it. Okay. You add the rest, and I'll scrape down the side of my bowl. I'm going to pause just 1 minute. My mail lady's... I'm sorry, my mail lady blew the horn, and I just know when that happens, there's a package, and so Harold's not home right now, and I had to pause it to go get it. Okay, we're going to mix this. Okay, now it says to mix your cherries, and your dates, and your pecans. Probably should have put this in a bigger bowl to do this, but we're going to have to mix it by hand. So, this will take just a little bit to do. But I know it's going to be delicious. And what I will do is tomorrow, 24 hours. Probably won't wait 25 because I'm going to be so anxious. But I will bake some of these. And she said the good part is you can just bake what you want. And the other will keep in the refrigerator several days. And what Joyce said she does is when she puts them on her cookie sheet, she will then put a pecan half on top before she bakes them. And see, I have the pecan half also. So that makes it so easy to do. Now, we'll see if you can tell. I'm going to put this in a bigger Tupperware bowl with a lid on it. Make sure it's mixed really good and refrigerate it. But y'all, they're just called holiday drop cookies. And I'm sure this recipe is, well, I know it's over 50 years old because we've been out of high school 50 years, and Joyce's mama, Miss Christine, has been making these, when Joyce was young. So this is a recipe that I'm going to treasure because I love that sweet lady. Joyce takes after her mama. She's just as pretty, and Miss Christine is still beautiful, even as old as she is, and I'm sure that she is in her at least the late 80s, I would think. But anyway, y'all have a great day. I'll be back when I can do the end of this and show you how good these cookies are. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for watching me. Cookbooks are still available. I don't think you will get them before Christmas because the mail is so swamped right now. But we still have them, so order one online at MamaSueSouthernKitchen.com. I love y'all. Be salt and light wherever you go. Let others see Jesus in you. Good morning. Welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen. Well, this cookie dough that I started yesterday that had to stay refrigerated at least 24 hours has been in the refrigerator, and I am ready to cook some. So that's what we're going to do right now is I'm going to put these on my cookie sheet. And I have lined mine with parchment paper. I don't think you would have to. I know you wouldn't have to because, this has Crisco in it and all, but I just do it for easy cleanup. And I think I'm going to do a dozen of these. I hope I'm not putting too much in each one. That one's pretty with that cherry on top, isn't it? Remember that these would be great to put a few in a little bag and have them for your mail carrier or your UPS carrier. I get packages from UPS almost daily, and they're so worked right now. I know that it's a busy time of year for everyone. So, if you just bagged up a couple of cookies and gave them to your neighbor just to make them feel special. But, okay. Now, Joyce said, it's got a lot of cherries in that one. Joyce said that she always puts a pecan half. And I'm going to, I told you that I buy these from Whaley Pecan. And I get the bags that have the whole pieces. And then I love the ones where they're already chopped. I guess you can say I'm lazy because anything to make it easier for us when we're cooking. But I'm just putting a pecan piece on top. And then my oven has preheated to 400 degrees. And her recipe says 8 to 10 minutes. And I always check mine at the lowest amount of time because we don't know how our own ovens are going to work. So it may take 10 minutes and it may only take 8. But I'll be back when these come out. Okay, the cookies baked and it took 10 minutes in my oven. Her recipe calls 8 to 10 minutes. I checked at 8 and they weren't quite ready, so I cooked them the whole 10 minutes and I've let them cool. And oh my goodness, it's a beautiful cookie. And I'll tell you, I did eat one and it's very good. It doesn't taste like a fruitcake cookie to me, but you can taste the cherry and it's just a very good Christmas drop cookie. Holiday drop cookie is the name of it. But since it's Christmas, I'm going to say it's a Christmas drop cookie. But I will have this recipe on my website, MamaSue'sSouthernKitchen.com. It's so good to be able to come and share a recipe with you now occasionally, and I hope you'll try this. Just remember, you have to let it sit in your refrigerator at least 24 hours. Now, this is going to make a lot of cookies, but I just did one batch so I could show you. I think I'm going to wait and bake some more tomorrow and share them with some friends. I hope that you're just having a great day. Don't get stressed over this Russian season. I know the crowds are getting frantic because it's almost Christmas. But remember the true meaning of Christmas. Be salt and light wherever you go. My necklace says salt and light. It's just a reminder from Matthew 5:13 through 16. And I hope that you have a Merry Christmas, but I'll be back before then.